The importance of being a setter when it comes to playing the sport of volleyball, and I'm going to tell you why it's important. I'm also going to walk you through a few ways to make your hands better and to become a better setter. For those who don't know, the setter is basically like the quarterback or point guard of the team. By that I mean they are in most every play, or they come up with the plays like what we do on free balls and how fast we're moving, and the faster the tempo, the better, because that means there might not be another block on the other side. When learning how to set, the first thing you want to do is make sure that your hands are positioned right. So when I was learning, I was always told to make sure that all 10 fingers can touch the ball, and that it's basically like you're holding a pint above your head and you don't want it to spill on you. Another big thing when it comes to setting is that you want to make sure that the ball is not hitting your palm, and it's only hitting the 10 fingers. So the footwork for setting is, if you're right-handed, your left foot will be in front and your right foot will be back. But if you're left-handed, your right foot will be back up and your left foot will be back. Okay, so for the first drill, all we're gonna do is toss the ball up and then catch it right over our head. So we're gonna just cock and catch it. And we want to make sure that the ball is only hitting our fingertips. So a little closer to you, I'll do it from the side, just like this. And it's going to be right over my forehead. We don't want it back here or like up there. We just want to catch it right here, our forehead. What we're going to do is we're going to bounce it, and wherever the ball goes, we're just going to try to get under it and make sure the ball stays on top of our head, and make sure we do our footwork. So it's going to go right, left, and then hold the ball. For example, it should look something like this. Right, left, catch. Perfect. We're gonna do 10 of those. After we do 10 of those, we're gonna basically do the same thing, but after we catch it here, we're just gonna push forward. So it's gonna look something like this. Catch, push. Okay? After that, the next thing we're gonna do is just right when it hits the fingertip, we're just gonna push off. So it's basically gonna be like a regular set. So we're gonna bounce it, better bounce than that, bounce it, set. And that was a pretty good example. So you can't really hear whenever the ball contacts my fingers. So we're gonna do it if you're hitting the ball wrong with your palms. It would sound something more like that. So when you're contacting the ball, you should just, it shouldn't really be anything loud, and make sure all 10 fingers are on it, and then just push forward. Just like that. And it's very important that the ball has no spin on it. So after we've done that, we're just gonna go on the wall and make sure our left foot is in front if you're right-handed, and then our right foot is in front if we're left-handed. We're just gonna take the ball and we're gonna push, and make sure that the ball lands right above your forehead. Okay, and then we're gonna take a step back, and we're just gonna set, and then we're gonna set to ourselves and set back to the wall. Okay, once we do that, we're gonna progress up into a harder thing. This next drill is a good way to make sure that your wrists are moving fast and they keep a good tempo. So what we're just gonna do is we're gonna make sure we're close, our feet are right, and we're just gonna take the ball right above our head, and we're gonna set with one hand. So just like that. Then we're gonna pass it over. Do it with both hands. Make sure that the ball is only touching your fingerprint, like fingertips. And then we're just gonna do it in the middle. And that's it. So the most important thing when it is you're learning to set is to make sure that the ball doesn't have any spin. Because if your ball has spin, the refs will call a double on you, and then you will automatically give the other team a point. So just like that, you see how my wrists are kind of flicking. So we want to make sure that our wrists aren't flicking, and that it's just hitting our fingertips and bouncing right. Thanks for coming out. I hope I was able to help you learn how to play